It's not inflation. It's not the banks. It's not the rich. The real thief stealing your money lives inside you. This thief is invisible, patient, and disguises itself as pleasure, reward, or relief. Every day, this habit takes a piece of your freedom, and you don't even notice it. Today, I'm going to tell you how this invisible enemy operates, how you feed it unknowingly, and how you can break it before it steals the next 10 years of your life. Because some people weren't born poor, they became poor because of how they think and act every time money touches their hands. Have you ever received your salary and felt immediate relief? You pay debts, buy something you wanted, go out to eat. For a few days, everything seems fine. But suddenly, the money disappears again and the cycle restarts. That's not bad luck. It's mental programming. Your brain gets used to using money as a sedative, a way to escape stress, worries, and routine. Every time you do this, you reinforce the habit of spending to feel relief. The result, your money never works for you. It only serves to put out emotional fires. From childhood, we were taught to use money, not to manage it, to celebrate its arrival and lament its departure, to think it's scarce, dangerous, or that having too much is greed. And worst of all, we were taught to spend as a form of validation. If you have it, show it. If you earn, make it known. If you're doing well, get a new car. Without realizing it, money stopped being a tool and became a form of identity, a symbol of who I am and how much I'm worth. But this thinking creates a vicious cycle because money is never enough when you use it to fill voids. Your bank account is a mirror. It reflects your habits, your fears, and your level of consciousness. Those who spend without thinking deep down don't trust themselves. They feel that if they don't enjoy today, there might not be a tomorrow. And that thought, though seemingly harmless, keeps you trapped in the short term. The rich think differently. They sacrifice immediate gratification for a greater reward later. Not because they are smarter, but because they have learned to postpone pleasure. To endure the temporary emptiness of not having everything right now. That emptiness that most people can't tolerate is precisely where wealth is built. Let's explore the invisible cycle of emotional spending. Tension. You feel stressed or frustrated. Impulse. Your mind seeks quick relief. Purchase. You get a small dose of pleasure. Remorse. The pleasure fades and the emptiness remains. Promise. You swear you won't do it again. Repetition. Tension returns and the cycle begins anew. Each repetition reinforces the habit. And worst of all, your brain starts to associate money with emotional relief, not with freedom. Therefore, even if you earn more, if your mind doesn't change, your results won't either. When a person with a poor mindset earns more money, they don't become rich. They just magnify their mistakes. If you don't know how to manage $500, you won't know how to manage $5,000. You'll just make more expensive mistakes. Therefore, the problem was never the amount. The problem is here when you have money. The rich aren't rich because they earn a lot. They are rich because they think differently, and their thinking is reflected in their daily habits. Have you ever wondered why you find it so hard to save or invest? The answer isn't a lack of knowledge. It's fear. Fear of losing. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of not having enough. And that fear makes you seek immediate security, spending, buying, quick pleasure. But every time you choose security over growth, you teach your mind to settle. That's why the rich don't avoid fear, they face it. They learn, they risk, they adjust, and they keep going. While most spend their money on temporary calm, they invest it in permanent expansion. How to break this habit step by step. 1. Acknowledge it. You can't change what you don't see. Make an honest list of your impulsive expenses from the last month. You'll see an emotional pattern: boredom, stress, validation, loneliness. 2. Create awareness. Before every purchase, stop and ask yourself, does this improve my future or just relieve my present? That single question can change your life. 3. Redirect the impulse. Every time you feel the need to spend, use that impulse to invest time in learning something new. Transform anxiety into knowledge. 4. Automate your finances. Automatically set aside a percentage of each income towards investment or savings. Don't trust your willpower. Trust the system. 5. Celebrate control, not spending. Every time you say no to an impulse, celebrate it. You are reprogramming your brain. True wealth begins when you start to enjoy self-control. Andres earned $1,200 a month. He always said, "I can't save, I barely make ends meet." One day, his company raised his salary to $2,000. The result? He ended up just as or more in debt. Why? Because his mindset remained the same. He saw every new income as freedom to spend, not as an opportunity to invest. A mentor taught him to change just one thing: the intention behind each expense. Today, Andres earns the same, but he saves 30% of his salary, invested in financial education, and started a small digital business. In less than 2 years, his life changed completely. Not because he earned more, but because he stopped losing out of habit. A day comes when you get tired of chasing money, of feeling that all effort dissolves. And on that day, you make a choice to stop living to spend and start living to build. The change is not instantaneous, but every conscious decision creates a new mental circuit. And one day, without realizing it, you no longer get excited about spending, you get excited about seeing your account grow. You get excited about investing, learning, multiplying. That is the moment you stop being a slave and become an architect. There are two prices in life: the price of discipline and the price of regret. One is paid today with effort. The other is paid tomorrow with pain. Every time you choose to spend without thinking, you are paying for your lack of control. But every time you choose to say no, you are buying future freedom. The habit that steals your money is not spending. It's not thinking before you do it. And the day you start doing it, that will be the first day you start building real wealth. Because money is earned with effort, but it is preserved with consciousness. If this message made you reflect, share it. You don't know who you might be helping to awaken. And if you are really determined to break the habits that keep you stuck, subscribe, because on this channel we are building free and rich minds. Remember, money doesn't change you. It just shows who you really are.